So some of my followers have asked me to make a in-depth video exploring the differences between the M2X and the Subpac X1. And after having gone through all these different pages, I understand why. This is pretty complex and they don't give you a lot of information about it. So let's just jump right in. Here I have the original M2X page. As you can see, it gives you some nice stats. It tells you exactly what the hardware components are like. I mean, like, look at this. This is great. It tells you how big it is. It tells you the weight. You get none of that on this page. Nothing. So I can't even say if the X1 is bigger, if it's lighter. I have no clue whatsoever. So I would really like for Subpac to create some kind of new page that's just like a spreadsheet, so you can compare, oh, this was the M2X and here's the new X1. I think that would be really helpful, and I think it would help them sell stuff because, I mean, like I've said, I've had people ask me what the differences are, so you know that if they have to even ask that question, that there's something wrong with the marketing. So let me go into here and bring this up. So obviously these are basically the exact same things. It's just that this one has the C1, which is a DAC, but we'll get to that later. So the improvements that I've seen have to do with battery life. They advertise 7+ hours on the M2X, and on this one they advertise 8. So I don't think much changed there, but it looks like it has because they say it has. Obviously there's no real way to test it because no one has it, but nonetheless that looks like they've decided to list it differently as an improvement. So let's talk about the really big things, the really big differences. So when I saw this page, when I first came to the website and saw that they're advertising the cell phone app, I thought, oh no. They're going to fall in the same trap that Woojr did. Woojr had a app that let you control the system, and it was just awful. It was clunky to use. It didn't look good. It was bad. And I see this, and I think the same thing. I'm like, oh no, we're being forced to use this thing. The exception being the Woojr vest didn't actually force you to use it. You could skip it. You didn't need to use it. But here's the big difference. You have to use this thing, apparently, because instead of having this control box that the original one had, you see this thing down here? The control box is now your phone, and they have an Android and an iPhone one. We'll get to that later. It's at the bottom of this page here. And that makes me think that this device is going to either flop completely because the app sucks, or it's going to be really good because the app's really good. That's my opinion. That's how I think it's going to go based on my experience with the vest and the app that was on there. I'm slightly optimistic because, I mean, it looks great, right? I don't see any issues with this whatsoever, but there are limitations for the iPhone. Again, we'll get into that a little bit later. So the other really big thing about it is that it looks like they're not making two models anymore. There used to be a M2X that was just like a flat panel that you would put behind your chair. It looks like the X1 is actually both of those at the same time. I can't really tell if these straps here that go over your shoulders, if those just hide in the unit the whole time, or if you have to clip them on. Either way, I think it's a fantastic change. It makes it so that they only have to make really one product, and simplifies the pipeline and gives us more features to boot. So I love it. Obviously, there's the design, the aesthetics. I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. They've got this kind of outrun-ish future vibe to it that I just absolutely love. And the brilliant thing is that the LEDs actually function as a status indicator, which is just great. I love that. It makes things look cool, and it has a function. Awesome. I'm fully on board with that. So some of the other things that they talk about in this is the improved feeling of the actual unit. Anyone that had the M2X knows what I'm talking about. The actual, what it does, right? You can't really compare that right now because obviously you need prior experience to understand that it's better, and you'd also need the device to know how much better it is. So as far as I'm concerned, this doesn't really mean anything. Like, they could just say, oh, it's better, it's 50% stronger, blah, blah, blah. How would you even measure that? So I just read that as marketing. We'll have to see if it is better. I don't think it's that big of a deal because, I mean, the M2X was super strong anyway, to the point where you could overdo it. So I don't really consider anything like this to be a big deal, because all they need to do is make it more comfortable, in my opinion. So here's the DAC. I'm very confused about this thing. They don't give you any technical specifications about this thing at all. Let me try and go to the page. Oh, there we go. Man, that's tricky. So on here, they give you no specifications of the DAC whatsoever. There is nothing on here at all. They've got outputs of the pack. This is all to do with the M1x. There is nothing, absolutely nothing here about the I don't even know what it's called, the C1, I think. That's frankly embarrassing that's the current state of the website, because they're charging a lot of money for this thing. I think it's a $150 premium. So normally it would be $550 or $300 or $400. So yeah, $150 for this thing. So it better be good for $150. You can get some really good $50 to $100 DACs that perform very well and have a lot of people use them. So we know it's good. But $150 for this, and you get no specifications for it. The only thing that we can see is that it's got monitor out, line in, and USB-C. It's also got these 4 buttons on it, multi, which is probably like a 7.1 emulator, like a surround sound emulator. People talk crap about that, and I understand why. I've had some good experiences in the past with it, but obviously that's not going to matter for most people, so this is Subpac, no clue what that does. Absolutely no clue. Monitor, that's probably to do something with the monitor outs. And phones, which I think is a way to connect your phone's Bluetooth audio to this thing, and then this thing then streams it. I don't see any outputs on this. Oh, there we go. You can see me here. Looks like a 3.5 and a 4.5. Ooh, that's delicious. I only just saw this. Interesting. That tells you a lot, actually, that they're going really hard on this thing, which is, again, is such a huge surprise, because they're not posting the specifications of this thing at all. We don't know what the noise levels are. We don't know how many ohms it can push out. No clue. I'm not a specialist on that kind of thing, but you'd think for the people who know how to read it that they'd advertise it, because they're charging such a premium for this thing. Now, about the aesthetics, again, I really like it. This is it's obviously a subjective thing, but looking at it, I really like these, at least these photos of it. I think it looks great. I think it's a good blend of simple and futuristic, and almost, like I said earlier, outrun. I love it. I think it looks great. Will we be able to get USB-C audio through here? It says bus powered, so I would think so. I'm not going to be confident on saying that though. Then you've got these easy to read marketing splotches on here. I mean, you can read this all you want. It doesn't. Again, this is more marketing to me. It's the effect of them saying, "Oh, it's 50% stronger." Yeah, it doesn't mean anything, because there's no real metrics there. So then you've got some. Yeah, so module for studio grade analog digital pro wireless connectivity. So it looks like this might be like a Bluetooth emitter as well. Again, we don't know. Do you see any information about this? Because I don't. This is all we get. It's abhorrent. Honestly, it's really bad. They need to fix this, because I imagine a lot of people are going to go for this one instead, because who knows, this thing might be amazing. It might be absolutely incredible. It might be so good that people buy this Subpac to get it. No clue. The point is, we don't know, and that's a problem. So here we have the software driven. Again, this is, as I understand it, going to force us to use our phones to control it if we're going to do over Bluetooth. Oh, look at this. Look at these. Look at these buzzwords, guys. Look at this. Flow Advanced AI Platform. Oh, yeah, we're going to have AI base strapped to our back. Again, I just read this as marketing ploy. Anyone with programming experience probably just means that all this really means is they put a lot of if statements in the code. That's really all that it means. Again, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong, because we got nothing on here. No information. Then there's this thing. I don't know if this is something that's permanently attached to the unit, like the wearable box on this side, or if it's like a USB-C connector that lets you use the analog stuff, and this will use increased intensity, lower intensity. I don't know what this will do, if it will just like pause it or stop the physicalness of it and just keep the audio going through whatever system you have. I have no clue. But since I mentioned the USB-C, I should point it out here as well, that is now a feature of it, and I love it. Everything USB-C. It should have been done years and years ago, but it's finally here. It looks like we will not only be able to get power through it, but also audio, which means technically you could have this thing plugged in and you'd never have to worry about it, ever. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, they're Nutric connectors. I didn't know that. See, like, this is pro. This is good stuff. This is like audiophile level stuff. But they don't give us any of the specifications of the thing. Why do you do this to us? I don't understand. Anyway, there's going to be a computer app. So it looks like for Windows, they're going to develop a native app that lets you run it. That's interesting. We'll have to see how that works. We've got no imagery of what that would look like on here. So then you've got these little drop-down things. I don't know how many people found this out, but it's got all these different kinds of Bluetooth in it, which is interesting because my theory is that this is a Bluetooth transmitter as well, but it's a special form of Bluetooth that lets latency be lower. That's my guess. Because you got to remember, your Subpac really isn't going to use this TRS or Nutric connector or the 3.5 as an input. That would be kind of stupid, wouldn't it? So they're going to try and sell you convenience and better quality, and that's what I imagine this would be. Like a better Bluetooth, I don't know, like 24-bit or something like that would be great. Subpac C1, okay, so here's the specifications of the box. So this isn't the Subpac. So maybe it doesn't have USB-C. Maybe it's just the C1. Interesting. So this is... Okay, so it does. No, I'm still right. So I was right about the USB-C charging and playing. It looks like... So this is the Subpac X1, and this is the C1. Okay. Very interesting. So let's have a look. Wireless audio. Yep, so I was right. It's some kind of Bluetooth emitter. 2-line inputs. Nutric, yep, balanced and unbalanced. Balanced. Very interesting. Again, they're very clearly going for audiophile level stuff. Headphone outputs 1.4 TRS, excellent. 3.5 mil TRS, yeah, excellent. Bus powered, excellent. So actually, here are the specifications. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm not totally familiar with these kinds of measurements. To me, it doesn't look very good, though. There are headphones like Sennheiser's that use 300 and 600 ohms. If I'm reading this correctly, it says it can do up to 100 ohms. That wouldn't be considered professional by most people, but by specialty people who know what they're talking about. But for most people, I think this would probably be pretty good. Again, I need it in my hands, and I need to plug in my Sundaras, and I need to listen to the noise level and stuff to be able to tell you if this thing's any good. I'm gonna let if you know something about this, leave a comment, get people informed and inform me because I have no clue. Interesting. So, wireless ultra wideband, interesting. So, lossless uncompressed audio. I think that's limited to 16-bit though, which is good enough, I suppose. But I don't really know if. Yeah, well, it just says lossless. It doesn't say like high quality uncompressed or anything like that. I don't know what this means. What does QoS mean? Is that a type of plug? Am I a complete idiot? I don't know. Then again, they should be telling me what it is, right? I'm the person, I'm the buyer, right? They need to educate me, and this is not the right way to do it. Benefits over Bluetooth. So they talk about latency here. Okay, so if I'm understanding this correctly, normal Bluetooth is between 50 and 200 milliseconds delay. But if you use the C1, you get 10 milliseconds. I think that's what this means, but I'm not sure because they're very unclear. Environmental notes, environmental responsibly design, I guess, prove it. Designed for long life, no planned obsolescence. Again, yeah, fine. Designed for easy disassembly at end of life. Good, I suppose. I don't know. This, again, feels like marketing speak to me. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot backing it. But, I mean, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Good job. Then, obviously, the pre-order thing. So, here's where they've got some frequently asked questions. And there's a lot of kind of useless stuff in here. But this is interesting. The X1 is designed to be comfortable both as seat back and wearable. The X1 comes with a modular strapping system that lets you change and pick the appropriate set of straps. That's what I'm talking about up here. We can see that, but are they always connected to it, or do we need to strap them on every single time we want to use these shoulder straps? We don't know that, and that's my point of this page. They give us information, but they don't give us enough to be able to piece things together. I'm really hoping they come out with like an advertising video, like a commercial for it. Now, this was interesting. They have an upgrade path that I didn't know about when I pre-ordered mine. If you're seeing this now and you haven't pre-ordered one, you might be able to get a discount. Unlike me, this should have been at the top of the page if they really cared about this. I think this is not customer friendly at all. If I had known about this, I would have done it, but I'm too scared to cancel my order because there's a limited quantity of it. On Twitter, they were actually saying that they're running low already. So this rubs me the wrong way. This feels dirty. Then they've just got so new features, software-driven control. So again, this is going to make or break this device, in my opinion. If the software is good and the product's good, it's going to be great. If the software is bad and the product's good, it's going to be horrible. Advanced hardware for power, performance, and fidelity. Transducers. Looks like okay. So new transducers. That's good. What's Subpac VX? Vibro-tactical membranes for broader vibro-tactical feel, increase accuracy. Yeah, good, but I need to use it to tell if this is just marketing speak or not. Industry-leading DSP chipset, high-resolution audio processing, excellent. But tell us what the limits are. Is it 24-bit, 48 kilohertz? Is it 32-bit, 192 kilohertz? Impress me. Pull those numbers out. Best-in-class ESS Sabre headphone amplifier, ultra-low noise floor. Okay, excellent. This is great. This was one of the complaints I've had about both of them. You can hear the noise floor on things. I hope this basically eliminates it. I'd be able to easily recommend this if they removed that problem with the original one. Ultra noise latency, lossless wireless solution. Neutral. So this is talking about both the C1 and the X1. Forward compatible with LE, low energy. I think that means Bluetooth low energy. That's interesting because I think that uses significantly less power. So if they're able to run it off that, that's pretty impressive. USB audio class compliance. Yep. So it looks like it will be able to run off USBC, like I said earlier. Comfort. Here we go. Increased flexibility and padding. Yes. Absolutely. Thank you. Maybe I'll be able to wear this thing more comfortably. Interchangeable strapping solutions, both seated and wear. Yeah, talked about that already. Advanced material membrane. Yeah, I need to compare it. Can I try it before buying? 30-day no money risk. No risk money back guarantee. Yeah. I guess there's not going to be any show floors where they can actually show it off, so that's fine, but that was always there. Expected battery life, say 8 hours. How do I charge? USB-C charger, so it comes with one. It comes with a 45-watt brick. That was up there on the top of the page. I'm no experience. Yeah. Bluetooth headphones. So here's the problem with the iOS app that I was telling you guys about earlier. It doesn't look like Apple allows for two things to be connected to one of their devices at the same time. So you couldn't be streaming the audio to your Subpac and your wireless headphones at the same time. But on Android, you can do that because that's a function of Bluetooth 5.0. And it looks like Apple's kind of kneecapped them about this. So I really hope they don't do what I think they're going to do with the app by forcing you to play music through your app instead of using, say, the Apple Music app. That's going to be a real pain. And I hope that's not what they do, because that's what Woodger did, and it was terrible. So, yeah. High impedance headphones. Here we go. The enclosed high quality amp. Yeah, again, I'm not super specialized with this kind of thing, and I don't want to tell people the wrong thing. Like, oh yeah, that's easily enough to drive, 120 ohm headphones. But yeah, if you know anything about this, please leave a comment. Educate people. How can I work? Yeah, that's specific. Clip. So they've prevented clipping by redesigning the audio path. Interesting. Higher power. So they've increased the headroom. Very, very interesting. Again, this doesn't mean anything to me because I don't have it. I can probably say that about more than half of this stuff on here. So we'll have to wait until I actually get one so I can review it. Yeah, there we go. No control box. This will either make it or break it. We'll have to see. If you purchased X1 and would like to add a C1 to your order, please contact customer service. I had some comments saying that a guy bought the X1, but he decided he wanted the C1 later. This is how you do it. Contact them, go on Twitter, do whatever you need. You can change it. Why is it more expensive? Well, yeah, that's fair. It was completely redesigned. I can see that from here. I mean, it's completely different. They've got this little thing that goes with it. I think it's great. The price increase might be worth it. We'll have to see. Is it sweat-proof? Yes. Interesting. I wonder if that was part of the old one. I don't remember that being advertised. Dual Bluetooth. Yeah, here's the thing I was telling you about it before. I don't know why they've posted this twice. Then they've got C1 advertised on here. Okay, they might ship. Yeah, that's not really important. So, this is the interesting bit. Should I buy the C1? Should you buy the DAC along with it? They say yes, because studio-grade wireless connection between your desk and your PC. Pack. Between your desk and your pack. Oh, I thought they misspelled PC. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I was making fun of them, but it turns out I'm the idiot. Okay, so it looks like you might be, if you get the C1, it looks like you can stream losslessly instead of doing Bluetooth, lossless Bluetooth. AI-based Subpac Flow for increased position customization. Yeah, whatever. We'll see. Desktop control. This should be interesting. It looks like they'll only make the software for PC available if you have the C1. That could be interesting. That could give you some good features. App on your computer fine-tuning. Yeah, so that's just saying this is the same thing as this. Easy way to manage time alignment of Subpac monitors. Oh, so it looks like you can adjust the delay for individual things. That is a pro feature. I will grant them that. Okay, so don't buy the amp if you have a M2x because it won't work. What does pro wireless mean? Allows wireless professional use. Asterisk. Okay, here's what the asterisk means. We don't recommend using Bluetooth for professional use as Bluetooth audio quality is poor and latency can vary. Yeah, okay, fair enough. This studio-grade wireless connection transmits 16-bit 48 kilohertz. There we have our answer. I don't think I'd say that's studio-grade, though. If this was 24-bit 48, I'd probably give it to him then. This is pushing it a little bit. But then again, I'd rather have this than nothing at all. I'll grant them that. And 10 milliseconds of the delay. Okay, so I was right. I was dead right. It looks like when you use the C1, you get reduced latency and uncompressed audio, while normal Bluetooth is 50 to 250 milliseconds of delay. That's quite good. That's is it enough of a reason to spend $150 on the extra bit? I don't know. I need one. I need one yesterday. Here's the app frequently asked questions. Can you suggest new features? Yeah, okay. There's their email. Let them know. Do you need an app? Okay. The Subpac is easy access remote control to adjust audio levels and intensity. However, the app will allow you to access additional features. So that's this thing that I was talking about earlier. Is this completely detachable? Is it replaceable? Don't know. Very, very half answers on this page. Yes, to all the Android and iOS. Yeah, obviously. Initial features. Interesting. They use the keyword initial here, suggesting that it's like halfway or way early in development. That's kind of scary. That's not a good word to have in here. Adjust the intensity. Yep. EQ presets. Interesting. That could be extremely useful. Filters. I have no idea what that is. That just sounds like EQ, but extra for some reason. Adjust audio levels. Yeah, that's almost this. I see what it is. Adjust tactile audio sync delay. Okay, so you can set a preemptive delay or a post delay to reduce delay. I think that's what they mean there. So I guess in summary, I would say that it's a completely redesigned version of the M2X that looks more comfortable, has more features by being able to be both a strap version and a monitor version at the same time. And it looks like the battery life is longer. It looks like the actual activity of the thing, like the vibration and the strength, is better. It's got more Bluetooth. It's USB-C. Ultimately, to me, the most important thing is the I cannot speak. The comfortability of it, how comfortable it is to wear. And I think based off what I've seen, pretty much everything is redesigned about it. And that gets me really excited because this is another chance for them to really nail it. Now, as for the DAC, I am going to reserve judgment. I don't know if this should be $150 extra premium over it. We will have to wait and see. Do they look good? Oh yeah, I think they look great. I think they look really, really good. So I hope this answered some of your questions. Obviously, there's huge holes in these pages. They really need to, like I said, make a spreadsheet or something. Try and be better at advertising this to your potential users, because it's pretty confusing and you don't get, numbers to be able to say, oh, the C1 compares to the Mayflower or the Stacks amp in this way, or it's better in that way. We don't know because we're just not given enough. Or maybe we are and I'm just a moron who can't read numbers like this. But again, to me, these don't look particularly outstanding, though they should be good for most people. But again, we will have to see. So I hope this was informative. This video is way too long, but like I said, some people have asked me for it, and I hope this answered some of your questions. And I really hope they redo this page. Not even redo it, just add one. Make a little spreadsheet. Make it a little easier for customers to see what the improvements are if they've had one in the past. And yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. So again, thanks for watching. I hope this helped you guys, and I'm very excited. I will see you when I have one of these in my hands, but not before I get the new Wooger, which I'll be making a video about very, very soon. So again, thanks. Catch you next time.